A Step into the Past Volume 22 Chapter 2. Book 22 Chapter 2, Going Along with the Plan. Xiang Xiaolong was taken aback. Why do you say it's a trap? Xiao Yuan surmised. Few individuals are my match when it comes to plotting and trickery. When you told me how you managed to rise to your current position, I already smell a rat and paid extra attention to everyone and everything around me. Not only does Zhang Chuan hates you to the core, Dong Shuzhen and the courtesans close to her can't wait to see the last of you. Given such circumstances, Zhu Zihuchen's invitation can only be a trap. Xiang Xiaolong sobered up and cursed his own inattentiveness. He nodded. I suppose when something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Fortunately, I had no intention of going anyway. Xiao Yuan was baffled. Since when did our great Xiang Xiaolong become so easygoing? As the saying goes, it is hard to fight external battles when the internal battles are not won yet. If we do not use this opportunity to diminish our enemy's influence, the schemes coming from these women coupled with that bastard will catch you off guard one day. Moreover, you have promised Feng Fei to assist her in resisting the men lusting over her. If you do not counterattack them with some trickery, how are you going to prove yourself to her? Xiang Xiaolong was awkward. I am not used to scheming against women and I always have a soft spot for them. In addition, I have no clue how I can counter this beauty trap. Xiao Yuan beat his own chest with confidence. Firstly, let me analyze the entire scenario. From my conversation with Yun Niang last night, I found out that Dong Shuzhen and Zhang Chuan are sleeping partners, and the same goes for S.A. Li and Zhu Zihuchen. They are not genuine lovers but just trading sex for power and vice versa. Now that S.A. Li has been dismissed and Zhang Chuan demoted, you have indirectly antagonized both Dong Shuzhen and Zhu Zihuchen. You are in a perilous state right now. Hugging his blanket, Xiang Xiaolong concluded, this is Feng Fei making use of me to restructure the song and dance troupe. Otherwise, why should she trust a complete stranger like me? Xiao Yuan agreed. Feng Fei is a scheming beauty and is even more cunning than a fox. You have become one of her chess pieces. I can sense that she dare not offend Dong Shuzhen, otherwise even Zhang Chuan will be dismissed along with S.A. Li. Ha! What kind of trap is Zhu Zihuchen laying for you? I don't think she has the courage to kill you. It is most likely she will malign you for entering her bedroom with an ulterior motive, pressuring Feng Fei to sack you from the troupe. Xiang Xiaolong was overjoyed. That sounds like a good deal to me. If I can leave the troupe, you can then engage me as a driver or a manservant. By then, no one will be able to identify me. Xiao Yuan exhaled. Going over to my side is even more dangerous. Many of my shipmates have seen your wanted portrait and someone may recognize you after spending more time with you. That is why I tricked Gongsun Heji and the others back to my ship. Only when I have completed your disguise can you interact more freely with them. Xiang Xiaolong wondered, what should we do now? Xiao Yuan shook his head, smiling. Zhu Zihuchen is only adept at using her body to trap men. Xiaolong, are you interested to try out this woman? I guarantee that it will be a memorable session and you will not be disappointed. Xiang Xiaolong's excitement is beginning to stir but he quickly suppressed it. He rejected, I am not used to making love to a woman who has no feelings for me, nor do I want to overpower her in such a manner. If Feng Fei knows about our relationship, she will have a bad impression of me. So this is undoable. Xiao Yuan concurred, I forgot that you are a true gentleman. Since this is the case, let's give her a scare and teach this wanton woman a good lesson. He continued detailing his plan in soft whispers. As the river wind blows through the air, Xiang Xiaolong snaked out of his cabin through the cabin window. Using his climbing equipment, he hooked up the higher decks and stepped on horizontal planks protruding from the ship's body. Like a lizard, he shimmied towards Zhu Zihuchen's bedroom. Luckily, the layer of ice formed on the ship's external wall has melted away due to the rise in temperature. Otherwise, it will be a precarious climb even with the hooks and ropes. There is complete silence on the ship and the shore is equally noiseless. Under such hostile weather, everyone will want to snuggle in their warm bed and blankets. Every time he passes through a cabin window, he has to stoop down. He has to travel past 10-odd cabins and only a few of the cabins are still illuminated with a faint candle light. Zhu Ziuchen's cabin is obviously not one of them. The 3 rooms nearest to the ship's front belong to Feng Fei, Dong Shuzhen, and Zhu Ziuchen, the 3 most influential courtesans. Yun Niang's room is on the opposing side. As Xiang Shaolong's room is nearer to the ship's tail, he has to climb a long distance, through several sections of the ship before he can arrive at Zhu Ziuchen's window. It is a different world being inside the cabin and outside the ship. Besides the difference in temperature, it also evokes a different kind of feeling. Xiang Shaolong was humored. He resembles a hero from wuxia, sword fighting, novels who can scale walls and jump from roof to roof. The only disparity is that he is not fighting for justice but simply trying to preserve his existence. Xiao Yuetan's assessment of Feng Fei has made him more wary of this beauty. As the saying goes, never trust anyone. He is too gullible and even more so in front of good-looking women. His mind has subconsciously given him the impression that these women are equally beautiful on the inside. A woman's heart is hard to fathom. Right now, Zhu Ziuchen is a living example. Xiang Shaolong retrieved his grappling hooks and shot them out again, further and higher. Using the momentum, he repeated this step a few times and finally landed outside Zhu Ziuchen's window. The room is so quiet you can hear a pin drop. He was about to draw out his dagger and pry open the window when he heard intermittent sounds of moaning coming from Dong Shuzhen's window up ahead. Xiang Shaolong was stunned and curious at the same time. He couldn't help but inched forward to her window and place his ear against the wall. Who could be in Dong Shuzhen's room? He was in a state of shock after hearing what followed. It turns out that the 2-person making love in the room are both women and he could hear them screaming in ecstasy as they reached their orgasm. It appears that Dong Shuzhen is bisexual. He was about to leave when Dong Shuzhen praised in a hoarse voice, "Ziuchen is really good." Xiang Shaolong was astounded. Why is Zhu Ziuchen in Dong Shuzhen's room? And who is in Zhu Ziuchen's room right now? Didn't Yun Niang tell Xiao Yuetan that Dong Shuzhen and Zhu Ziuchen are hooked up with Zhang Chuan and Sa Li respectively? In that case, Dong Shuzhen should be opposing Zhu Ziuchen instead. Why are they a lesbian couple now? While he was in a state of confusion, Zhu Ziuchen panted, "To think that you are still in the mood to tease me. That fellow should be making his way here soon. If we continue making out, we will not be able to hear him entering my room." Dong Shuzhen giggled, "All we need to hear is Xinyu's cries of rape." Zhu Ziuchen pondered, "I only switched rooms with Xinyu tonight. Will this arouse mistresses, Feng Fei, suspicions?" Dong Shuzhen sniggered, "This is the best part of the scheme. Even if Feng Fei suspects us of any misdeeds, she will also see for herself that Shen Liang is just a pervert. He is newly promoted to manager but is already trying to get fresh with the courtesans. How can he shoulder heavy responsibilities in the future? Besides, she has to bear with us because without us, there is no way she can hope to win Lan Gongyuan and Shi Sufang." Zhu Ziuchen reflected on her words for a while and whispered, "I really cannot understand what a prestigious person like Mr. Tan sees in that lowly servant Shen Liang." Xiang Shaolong was just about to leave but upon hearing her comment, he continued to eavesdrop. Dong Shuzhen sighed, "This fellow has certain abilities and his fighting skills alone is heart-stopping. If not for the fact that he is above bribing, I don't mind letting him take advantage of me." Xiang Shaolong doesn't have an inkling why is Dong Shuzhen coming up with all these schemes. He wished that she will divulge more of her plans but when their silence is interrupted by sounds of light moaning, he lost all interest and returned back to his cabin. After Xiao Yuetan heard his story, he was greatly amused too. He ran the thoughts over his mind and slapped his thigh, exclaiming, "I have a plan. We can turn their scheme around to attack Zhu Ziuchen and increase your standing within the song and dance troupe." Xiang Shaolong quickly asked him for the details. Xiao Yuetan whispered, "You can write a letter. Inside the letter, you can express your gratitude for Zhu Ziuchen's love, but you are unable to accept her affections and ask for her forgiveness at the same time. We will place the letter under the door to Zhu Ziuchen's original room, now occupied by Xinyu. In this case, we can expose their scam and at the same time, prove that you are a man who can resist such temptations. Xiang Xiaolong bitterly laughed. This cannot be accomplished. I can fight or lead an army to war, but writing a letter is simply beyond me. Xiao Yuan was in a daze and laughed. I did not think of that. Well, I suppose I can write the letter for you, but you have to sign it yourself. Just remember not to sign Xiang Xiaolong on it. Solving this difficulty for good, Xiang Xiaolong can feel his shoulders lightening and laughed together with Xiao Yuan. Early next morning, the ships began sailing, continuing their journey. After having breakfast in their rooms, Xiao Yuan joined the courtesans at the ship's front deck, enjoying themselves as they admired the picturesque scenery on both sides of the shore. Xiang Xiaolong is kept busy as he learnt the ropes as the troop manager. As expected, Little Pinger was guiding him on the side. He may be thinking too much, but Little Pinger's attitude towards him seemed to have improved. When they were auditing the new purchases at the basement of the ship, she asked out of the blue, "Why did you take the wrap for someone else?" Xiang Xiaolong was confounded. "What wrap are you talking about?" Her face reddening, Little Pinger replied, "Last night, I discovered that Yun Niang's partner is Mr. Tan and realized that I have wronged you. Why didn't you refute my accusations?" Xiang Xiaolong deliberately provoked her. "Didn't you mention that Mr. Tan is an upright and righteous gentleman? Furthermore, Sister Pinger did not give me a chance to speak out. My conscience is clear and I do not owe you an explanation. So, I guess Sister Pinger will not despise me anymore." Little Pinger is greatly embarrassed and changed the topic. "You seem to have aged a bit over the past 2 days. Even your hair is turning white." Xiang Xiaolong was panicking inside but acted like nothing is out of the ordinary. He laughed. "There are people whose hair grew white overnight. I am considered to be lucky as I only have a little bit of white hair." Little Pinger knows that he is hinting that he was so worried about her misunderstanding him that his hair turned slightly white. She was surprisingly pleased and shot him a look before resuming an official expression, instructing him on his responsibilities. Xiang Xiaolong was secretly laughing his heart out. Teasing cute babes is one of life's little happiness. Oddly, Feng Fei summoned him to join her for lunch. Xinyu was invited as well. Xiang Xiaolong of course knows what this is all about, but he feigns innocence. Feng Fei took this opportunity to ask him about his new duties before going straight to the point. Does Manager Shen know that he was nearly a victim of a vicious plot? Xiang Xiaolong acted surprised. Your servant, polite way of saying I, does not understand mistress's words. Opposite him, Xinyu clarified, at Zhu Ziuchen's request, I switched rooms with her last night and I became the recipient of your AA love letter. Does Manager Shen understand now? Xiang Xiaolong pretended to be angry at being cheated. He cursed. So she is planning to harm me. Revealing a gentle expression, Feng Fei praised, you did not disappoint me. Whoever I hired in the past will eventually succumb to their advances. Manager Shen is the only exception. Xinyu commented, I did not expect Manager Shen to have such good writing skills too. Xiang Xiaolong frankly admitted, that was written by Mr. Tan after I begged him to help me. Except for being able to sign my own name, the rest of my writing is unintelligible. Feng Fei nodded, you are willing to speak the truth. That is very rare. But Manager Shen is extremely eloquent and knows a wide variety of proverbs. Why are you unable to write a simple letter? Xiang Xiaolong obviously cannot reveal the truth. He lied, I have read a few books but did not practice my writing. Xinyu was startled. Manager Shen must be the son of an official. Ordinary folks will not get to read books. Xiang Xiaolong is facing the AA identity interrogation of his lifetime. During those ancient times, the printing press is not invented yet and every single book is hand-copied onto cloth or bamboo. Books are not commonly found and are considered precious items. If not for ancient scholars starting public schools to educate the masses, only the rich and powerful are entitled to learning words and becoming literate. If the two ladies continued asking about the books he has read before and their authors and such, his lies will be exposed. He sprouted nonsense. I came across some books while serving Great General Lien, Po. Feng Fei bought his story and assured, Zhu Zihuchen's scheme is a small matter. In the future, even if someone disparages you, I will not believe it. Xinyu appears to be quite fond of Xiang Xiaolong. She suggested, when we are rehearsing our routine later, it will be good to have Manager Shen around. It will be good for you to know about our manpower arrangement together with the props we will be using. Can you be there? Xiang Xiaolong acquiesced. Feng Fei abruptly let out a sigh, frowning her two delicate eyebrows. Xiang Xiaolong may be used to seeing pretty faces, but he cannot deny that she has one of the most elegant eyebrows he has ever seen. The eyebrows looked like they are personally hand-painted by the creator, crescent-shaped and simply flawless. Xinyu sighed with her and murmured, Mistress must be feeling perplexed over that issue again. This trip to Linzai, we must not lose to the three courtesans troupe and the soft-boned beauty. Xiang Xiaolong has nothing to add. If they need a swordsman for a duel, he can absolutely do his part. But in this aspect, he is unable to make a contribution. From Feng Fei's expression, he can guess that she is having some difficulties over the song and dance arrangements. Being in the creative industry, Feng Fei would certainly want a breakthrough. This also means challenging her own ways of thinking and doing things, to break her own mold. Needless to say, it is not easy to reinvent yourself. Feng Fei's expression became slightly downcast and she kept mum. Xinyu is the one continuing the conversation and specially reminded Xiang Xiaolong to come to their rehearsal tonight. After taking his leave, Xiang Xiaolong was about to return to his room and corroborate his story with Xiao Yuan when someone called out from his back, Shen Liang. Xiang Xiaolong turned around. It is the AA matchmaker from hell, coquettish maid Little Ning. She rushed along the long corridor towards him, speaking in a loud voice, Why didn't you come over last night? Mistress waited tirelessly for you the entire night. Xiang Xiaolong apologized, I was waiting in bed but I accidentally fell asleep as I was too tired. I beg your pardon, Sister Ning. Little Ning was infuriated, You are really incorrigible. Mistress is very upset with you now. Xiang Xiaolong casually shrugged his shoulders, giving her a helpless look, stunning Little Ning with his indifference. He turned back and started walking towards the wooden steps linked to the lower deck. Little Ning caught up to him and pulled his sleeve, admonishing, You are going to just go off like that? How are you going to redeem yourself? To prevent her from harassing him, Xiang Xiaolong faced her and directly offered, The person I like is actually you, Sister Ning. Why don't you accompany me instead? Little Ning apparently knows about making out and glared at him, chiding, Do you want me to be thrown out by Mistress? AI. Since you are such a nice person, I will try to salvage the situation for you. Xiang Xiaolong is becoming impatient and coaxed, Love cannot be forced. Sister Ning need not worry about this. Why don't you come to my room tonight? Seeing that her plan has failed, Little Ning was worried, How can we use your room? Mr. Tan is your roommate. Stretching his hand out to pinch her cute face, Xiang Xiaolong chuckled, Mr. Tan is a considerate man and will not mind at all. Finishing, he walked off, laughing inside his heart. Back in his room, he shared his story with Xiao Yuan. Both men found his encounters hilarious. Xiao Yuan began to dye his hair and beard. In the middle of the disguise session, someone came to summon Xiao Yuan at the request of Feng Fei. Both men were shocked and hastily hid the entire disguise apparatus. Alone, Xiang Xiaolong is about to take an afternoon nap. Unexpectedly, Zhang Chuan came looking for him. Zhang Chuan appeared very amicable, the complete opposite of his former self. After he got seated, Zhang Chuan officially stated, Brother Shen used to serve Prince Wuji. Apparently, you want to make a name and fortune for yourself. I want to make a deal with Brother Shen and see if we can reach an agreement. Xiang Xiaolong already knew he has an ulterior motive for coming. He plainly requested, Brother Zhang, please speak your mind. Zhang Chuan confessed, I did harbor ill intentions when I first hired Brother Shen as a carriage driver. However, you cannot pin all the blame on me. This is not an easy role to fulfill. You will know what I mean when we arrive at Linzai. Those rich men and powerful officials viewed us as lowly servants, and we will be in trouble if we let our guard down. After being angry when they failed to gain mistresses, Feng Fei, attention, they will vent their frustrations on us. If Brother Shen is willing to work with me, I will definitely take care of you like my own brethren. After all, I have been the troop manager for the past 2 years. Xiang Xiaolong was laughing inside. He prompted, Brother Zhang, please come straight to the point. Zhang Quan's eyes rotated a few rounds before leaning forward and divulging, the biggest advantage when working with me is that Brother Shen can enjoy pleasures of the flesh. Except for a few untouchables, I can even get second mistress, Dong Shuzhen, to sleep with you. Xiang Xiaolong pretended to be surprised and chortled, Brother Zhang must be kidding me. Zhang Chuan hurriedly swore an oath that he is telling the absolute truth before adding, as long as Brother Shen is willing to follow my advice, I can reward you with 5 ingots of gold now. When the mission is accomplished, I will give you another 10 ingots. Xiang Xiaolong is amazed. 15 ingots of gold is not a small sum and can allow anyone to lead a luxurious life for many years. Where did Zhang Chuan get his money from? Thinking about this, he can safely predict that Zhang Chuan has been bribed by someone rich, powerful, and has evil designs on Feng Fei.